It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Say hello to the folks.
Hey, hello to the folks.
Hey, Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hey to the folks.
Hey, what up, folks?
The NBA's really rolling along at this point. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. And the Dallas Mavericks with plenty of turnover in their roster. This is the time that some teams go for the full rebuild, tear it up, start from scratch. Is that going to happen in Big D?
No, I think the Mavericks expect to compete. I just think they can pursue a couple of younger talented guys. I thought they did a good job. Injuries hurt them.
Well, you know, under the tutelage of Mark Cuban, they have a lot of pride. You know, they've been so good for so long, they find ways to win basketball games.
And thanks for joining us as we head courtside to Kevin Harlan. For that reason, I'm out.
It's a Western Conference battle here at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, as the Mavericks look to work the home court advantage. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. And the Spurs looking for a positive start here on their road trip. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and pad their win total.
And, you know, right now for San Antonio, not a perfect start to the season, but they're in a position where all it takes is one modest winning streak to jump into that top spot.
They're lacking a little bit of fire so far this year, and we've seen that before. For a team of their caliber, it can be tough to maintain that intensity for each and every game in the early part of the going.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard, the two stars at the forward spots. Parker and Green are the guard set, and it's Gasol at the center position. That free throw good from Gasol. And Pau Gasol had his chances to play in San Antonio before. Finally signed with the Spurs last season. And I think all would agree he's been a pretty good fit.
Well, with that kind of ability and skill set that Powell possesses as a big man, 6'11", pass, score, and play out of the low post, seemed like a natural fit for what Greg Popovich likes to do in the system. And how about the fact that he added the 3-ball last year? He made 56.
And for the Mavericks, clearly the rebuild, Greg, has begun.
Yeah, but they made good use of their picks. They brought in more youth and signed their building blocks. Franchise isn't used to rebuilding, but they are approaching it, I think, the right way. And Smith likes getting close to the rim, a consistent score when he's deep inside.
Outside, Green. He dishes it to Leonard. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. And the rejection by Noel. Over in the corner, Barnes. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Dallas on defense. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Just didn't like the energy level in that one. And that offensive execution also was lacking.
Well, they made a few shots, Greg, but just wildly inconsistent.
Now here's Leonard. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Chicago. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Smith the pass to Noel. Nowitzki for 3. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. So it's the Spurs now. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
And the rejection by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
It's a very good look and converts. Leonard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
And Matthews kicks to Barnes. Out to the wing. Pass to Matthews. Smith outside. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And I just love how Smith is ready to shoot as soon as he gets the ball, measuring the shot as the pass is en route.
Now here's Leonard, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. A nice shot by Gasol.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, scratching my head a little bit about how the defense is trying to play this. No one there really contesting the shot.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Paul Gasol.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First one falls for him. And Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
Barnes hits them both.
Well, he talks so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Gasol, a screen on Barnes. Steps back and fires. Goes back up, and it's Gasol with the bucket inside. Gasol's got his second bucket tonight.
I mean, is it fair that Pau Gasol could stand on one block and rebound on the other? That's some length.
Matthews against Green. Here's Nowitzki, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Smith against Parker. Leonard on the wing. This one for 3. Again, Leonard missing.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
Here's Smith. That's tipped and stolen by Aldridge. Here's Green. Good D by Matthews.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Parker with it. Now Smith defending. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. He feeds it to Aldridge. They kick it out to Green. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Matthews. Gets the front of the rim and out. Mavericks trail by 3. Smith outside. Again, the miss by Smith. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Nobody near Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Leonard's got 6 points.
This is where all the extra hours of practice come into play. Leonard couldn't be more in sync on that catch and shoot.
Here's Matthews. That shot off, and San Antonio will go the other way with it. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Well, they were obviously the superior team a year ago, but a lot can change from one season to the next in the NBA. Let's see how this game plays out before we make any rush to judgment as to how they'll fare against each other this year.
But they'll get another chance. Parker kicks to Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Smith against Parker. Smith dishes to Nowitzki to end the drought, and the dunk by Smith.
I'll tell you what, at only 6'3", Smith has some major hops. Super at leaping up quickly to throw it down.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 6. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 8.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Parker against Smith. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
So many great point guards in this year's draft. Greg, what stands out to you about North Carolina State's Dennis Smith?
Well, I think he's the best athlete of them all. A terror off the bounce, great toughness, and he's drawn some comparison to Stevie Francis when you talk about his bounce and physicality.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
And we've seen coaches that yell. We've seen some that show no emotion and everything in between. In your opinion, what's the perfect mental makeup for an NBA coach?
I don't think, Kevin, there's any exact science to what coaching can be. And I think the best coaches just have an innate ability to know when to push buttons, how to push buttons, and to do it on an individual level. There are many times that a coach can make the biggest impact with his player, Kevin, taking him aside and having conversations rather than doing everything in front of the team. And I think the best coaches have a pulse of each player on their team and take the time to go and do that.
And that one's good. Parker.
And don't look now. If there's anything Leonard could improve upon, it's getting his teammates more involved. Exhibit A, that assist.
Now here is Smith. 20 points for him last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Here's Noel. Here's Matthews, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Measury, he's checked in for Noel. Mike Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Smith. They get it back.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Here's Finney-Smith. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Measuring. Dallas, no good that time either.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Love the follow-up. It's as if Aldridge knows where the shot's coming from and gets himself in great position on the glass.
Out left to the wing. Here's Finney-Smith. Second chance shot. He lays it in.
I like the physicality there on the glass on full display. Great at hitting the boards and then capitalizing off the second chance opportunity.
Now here's Leonard. 8 points for him. Measuring with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Aldridge, and the dunk by Aldridge.
Well, this is something he's working on. A good natural leader from the point guard position wants to help out by becoming a better facilitator.
Curry kicks to Barea, puts up a three. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got rebound number 5 here tonight. A three from Leonard. Good. Score the basket. Mark him 4 for 8, shooting 50% so far.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
A different look now for San Antonio. Laverne comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Kyle Anderson in for Leonard. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. A 12-point game. They set the pick. Barea kicks to Finney-Smith. Shoots in deep. Anderson with the block.
Good intensity on defense. Kyle Anderson using the length that time and timing it well to get the rejection.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Curry kicks to Powell. Back to Curry. Pass to Measury. Powell with the screen. Clock at 6. It's Curry outside. The rebound by the Spurs.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Kicks it to Gay. Passes it to Anderson. And there's the feed to Mills. No good on the triple. Mavericks trail by 14. Curry with it. Picked up by Ginobili. Curry's shot is good.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
And Mills kicks to Gay. There's the pass to Mills. Hits it from three-point range. Mills has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Measury. Laverne with the steal. And Ginobili with a clear path to the rack. And it's Manu Ginobili with the finish.
You can't forget about Ginobili's activity defensively. Does a great job of using his hands to come up with steals.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Greg Popovich.
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. 1:33 left in the first quarter of the game. And the basket by Curry.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession. And the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons, except the strike-shortened one in '99.
Now here's Barea following the shot by Rudy Gay.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Mills passes to Gay. Anderson kicks to Gay. They set the pick. Shoots over Measury, and that one off the back of the rim and in. And Greg, for the Spurs, they're so competitive. It's inevitable. They just win year after year.
Yeah, but that big three of Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, the all-time winningest trio in the history of our league, had a lot to do with it. And as that era comes to an end, they're doing a terrific job of just picking up new star talent without skipping a beat.
Mavericks trail by 15. Curry with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Powell with the screen beyond the arc. No good there.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, there are numerous ways to build a lead, but owning the glass may be one of the best.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the San Antonio Spurs. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Spurs team out there.
Through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
On the court for San Antonio, Mills and Manu at the guards. Anderson is out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Laverne in at the 5 down low. Dallas shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. Brent, when you were playing, your ability to pass and shoot, and you were 6'7", really a positionless player before the term became popular. You could play so many ways in so many different positions all over the floor. I would think that would fit today's game perfectly.
Well, it's nice of you to say, Kevin. I'd like to think that I was a bit of a switchblade player, especially the way the offenses now are expanding to the three-point line and giving guys with creativity a lot of room to operate. And if the first available shot's an open 3 for a guy on your team, I could probably sink my teeth into something like that.
You like positionless basketball? What, you like watching it now?
Well, that's the way I play defense, Kevin, positionless.
And so it's Dallas with it, following the bucket by the Spurs. Curry kicks to Measury. Goes back up. Laverne grabs the miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Curry. Powell dishes to Barea. Gay with the block.
You got to respect those long arms of Gay. Superb at swatting shots away with those big hands.
And Laverne kicks to Ginobili. Nice ball movement by San Antonio.
He can't make a thing out there right now, guys. If he keeps this up, don't be surprised if his team gives up this lead.
Powell with the screen. Curry wide open. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Curry's got 11.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Now here's Barnes. Can't hit from in close. And here's Anderson for three. And Curry pulls it down.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
For the Mavericks, 16 consecutive years of 500 basketball or better. Coming to an end last season, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a rebuild. The first time in a long time for the Mavs. And they waived some of their veterans to free up space and court time to further develop those young players. And with how competitive this organization is, you know they'll do everything they can to get back in contention to try to send Dirk out on a high note. They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Gasol, a screen on Smith. Smith against Parker. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Smith. Curry passes it to Nowitzki. Feeds it to Barnes. Over Anderson. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play. You just can't allow good looks like that from beyond the arc. That's just inviting all kinds of trouble.
Dallas calls timeout.
How about the Spurs clinching their 20th straight playoff appearance last season? An amazing run, more than twice as long as the next active streak, and the longest streak in the league was the Sixers from 1950 to 1971. I think the Spurs are going to get past them.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Matthews is checked in. And the Mavericks with possession here, trailing by 13. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Smith. Dishes it to Noel. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And Greg Popovich tied for the longest streak of consecutive playoff appearances by a head coach.
Well, how about 18 straight 50-win seasons for Pop? Just a remarkable run of tremendous success, where you could look at maybe 5 or 6 other opportunities where the San Antonio Spurs could have won another NBA title. You realize young DeJounte Murray was still in diapers the last time that they won less.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Anderson. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
A super high percentage shot from Aldridge there. Layups work.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. San Antonio leading by 13. Parker kicks to Leonard. There's the dish to Aldridge. Down low and stolen by Noel. And now the fast break. Nowitzki with the ball. Here's Matthews, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Over the past couple years, Brent, we've seen coaches like Steve Kerr and Brad Stevens take more of an even-tempered approach Could that become a coaching trend going forward?
Well, I like that both Steve and Brad have some very good players. That would keep me calm too, Kevin.
Yes, it would. You begin right there. I agree.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a shift in what it is that the generation of the younger players has grown up with. And coaches that have the ability to communicate always, Kevin, are going to come out on top. They get their message through, they keep their team positive, and they keep their environment pointed in the direction that is moving forward.
Excellent.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And Smith slams it home.
Yeah, you gotta love seeing the young fella dunk that one home. Smith likes to show off that incredible vertical.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. Now here's Leonard. He's got 11. Aldridge with a screen on Barnes. Good looking screen by Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Barnes dishes to Matthews. He kicks it to Smith. There's a screen by Noel. Smith the pass to Nowitzki. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Parker with it. Now Smith defending. Again the miss by Green. Mavericks trail by 12. Nowitzki drives in. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists tonight.
He's just so aggressive on that move. You have to come over fast and hard to stop him.
Now here's Parker. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Aldridge down low. Defended by Nowitzki. Aldridge with a screen on Nowitzki. Here's Parker. Doesn't go for him. And it's Dallas the other way. Over in the corner, Barnes. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Barnes has got 8 points in the quarter.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Pass to Leonard. Aldridge with a screen on Barnes. Shot to stop the drought. It's rebounded by Dallas. Noel's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning, but they'd like to get him going.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Great positioning on the glass, jumping all over that miss and sticking it back in.
Parker kicks to Leonard. It's on target from the high post. Leonard's got 13.
Man, when Leonard gets this kind of scoring rhythm going, very few defenders have the strength and athleticism to slow him down, unless he could guard himself.
Now here is Smith. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Dirk Nowitzki.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Gasol setting the pick for Green. Gasol, a screen on Barnes. Here's Leonard, and the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Nowitzki's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Leonard with the steal. On the wing, Green. He dishes it to Parker. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Parker. Leonard against Barnes. They kick it out to Green. 4 on the clock. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, when you see a teammate over-rotate, you just swing it around, the perimeter's wide open.
Leonard against Barnes. 80 that time from Leonard.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Here's Smith. That one misses. Good D by Parker. San Antonio leading by 7. Outside Leonard. He feeds it to Parker. Gasol setting the pick for Parker. Aldridge kicks to Leonard. Inside Gasol. And good that time. He's got 10.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And the Mavericks call time here. And Pau Gasol last season playing by far the lowest minutes of his career. Around 25 a game.
Well, that's just how the Spurs disperse the minutes. Again, nobody really pushes up against that 30-minute mark, and so accountability every night to be ready and go out and be effective in the minutes that you get. This isn't a bad thing for Pau at 7 feet. This can extend his career maybe 2 or 3 more seasons.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Then for the Spurs, Rudy Gay's checked in for Gasol. Ginobili comes in for Danny Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Powell with the screen. Barea kicks to Powell. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
Maybe he's not the most aggressive defender or the most physical, but Aldridge does have mobility. That time he sends it back.
Leonard, no luck.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Ginobili outside. Outside Leonard. Gay right side from 12 feet out. Mejri with the rebound. Mejri's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs have never been the flashy team in the NBA. Tony Parker said beautiful basketball is playing the right way. Ball movement, pure, beautiful basketball is the way we've played. You have all sorts of fans, and there should be something for everybody. Kevin, he told me a long time ago, if we were in New York, people would love us.
And during Popovich's time in San Antonio, the Spurs have always played together, D.A. Got to respect their team-first approach to the game. Now here is Aldridge. Manu Ginobili unable to get his shot to go.
Well, becoming more and more comfortable with the catch and shoot, Aldridge is now a threat every time they run that kind of play.
Outside Curry. And Barea has it in the corner. No good on the 3.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Finney-Smith. No good on that one. Empty that time from Leonard.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Working the clock is one element, but you also want to get as good a shot as you can.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Barea after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Dallas no good that time either.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Kicks it to Mills. The feed to Ginobili. Aldridge with a screen on Barea. Here's Leonard, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
And good awareness there to beat the clock. Now they have a break in the action to discuss some other things.
And so we conclude the first half. Spurs lead by 11. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
You know, just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He ended up with 15 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebounding. Those second chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap. You never heard me say scrap heap before, Ernie. I don't even know what it means. It just sounded good.
Kenny, how do you think Dallas played?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Cars crossing back and forth over the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge as we welcome you back to Dallas. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out, and you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Mavericks trail by 11. Smith Jr. runs the point with Matthews at his side. They're the backcourt. Barnes at the 3 with Dirk at the 4. And it's Noel in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Now here's Matthews. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger. And the Mavericks looking to go young now around Nowitzki. Unsurprisingly, they've already found some intriguing young prospects.
5 on the clock. Leonard, that's for 2. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
And for the Mavericks, you look at their young guys, a lot of athleticism, and Greg, an upside already on the roster.
And Mavs fans have to be pleased with what they've done so far. I mean, especially with the selection of Dennis Smith in the draft, who can be a special player at that point guard position. They're making smart moves to kind of revamp this roster.
That's good from Noel. And with these new player tracking cameras, you see some very interesting numbers. The Spurs, one of the lowest teams in terms of pace and fast break points. And yet they're one of the top teams, Brent, in average speed and distance traveled. How do you explain that?
Well, what they do, Kevin, is every time down the court, they set up their offense and they run through their options. And that could be very frustrating for anybody who's trying to defend it. They're waiting within a 24-second shot clock to have 1 or 2 defenders relax, get lazy, and as soon as they do, the Spurs take advantage of it.
Aldridge. Some solid D from Nowitzki. Mavericks trail by 9. Smith outside. Outside Matthews. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
And this is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And with numbers like this, how about 87% on the year? He's been somebody they love having at the line.
The Spurs offense, one of the most efficient in the NBA. It's all predicated, Greg, on motion.
And it's ball movement and player movement. They kind of want to warp the defense and force mistakes, and that's when they strike.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 15. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Leonard's got 17 now.
Well, a marksman from every spot on the floor. Didn't think you'd say that about Kawhi Leonard coming out of college, but now one of the toughest covers in the league.
Smith kicks to Barnes. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 5 assists in the game. Spurs leading by 5. Parker dishes to Leonard. The pass to Aldridge. Feeds to Gasol. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Spurs.
And they've been avoiding those deep threes. They're capable of knocking those shots down from long range, but so far they've really been reluctant to let it fly from that free throw line extended three-point shot.
Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Smith on the wing, covered by Parker. Here's Matthews. Rebound, San Antonio. 17 points was their biggest margin.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. In the third spot, the Spurs.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
And it's Leonard missing.
They're 1 of 5 to begin this half, guys, and they have to address this problem quickly or this could get out of hand.
Smith kicks to Matthews. Back to Smith. There's the 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Parker passes to Gasol. Back to Parker. High arcing shot. Rejected by Nowitzki. Fast break. Here they come. Here's Matthews. Here's Barnes. Out to Smith for the tie. And it's Dallas with another.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow.
Now, here's Parker. Gasol, a screen on Smith. Here's Parker. Softly drops in the floater. And the Spurs lead by 2.
One of the reasons you like Pau Gasol as a teammate so much, always ready to give up his body to create a high percentage shot.
There's a screen by Noel. And here's Barnes for 3. Good on the triple. Barnes has got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Mavs. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Parker kicks to Anderson. Pass to Gasol. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 6 rebounds in the game. Nowitzki's shot is no good.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
Now here's Green. He has 5. Gasol setting the pick for Green. Clock at 4. Shoots over Matthews. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Green's got 7 points in the game.
Beautiful high release on that jump shot. Green had a guy draped all over him, but his mechanics came through.
Smith kicks to Barnes. Dishes to Nowitzki. Anderson with the block. And they're able to recover. That's a 2 from Barnes. Barnes with another miss. San Antonio leading. Here's Parker. A 3 from Leonard. He can't get it to go.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
16 feet away. And the rejection by Leonard. Puts it up from 15. That doesn't go either for Green. Mavericks have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway.
So Kawhi Leonard comes out of San Diego State and can't shoot outside of 8 feet, and now is one of the NBA's premier scorers. What remarkable offseason work he's done with shooting coach Chip England to become one of the more deadly offensive weapons in the league.
And the first one at the line is good. And Kawhi Leonard scoring in volume. But like you'd expect from a Spur, tremendous efficiency as well.
You look at the numbers, the league's most efficient pick-and-roll scorer last season. I mean, that is remarkable stuff, especially for a guy playing mostly in the 3 and 4 spot. And then the clutch numbers and coming down the stretch, how it was that he had the best percentage on go-ahead buckets with 5 seconds left in the basketball game. That's a steady force.
Now here's Parker. They set the pick. Here's Laverne, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that.
And on defense, you have to be careful in how you guard Laverne. He can hurt you in a lot of ways.
The Spurs have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Two shots.
And he makes the first. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Measuring, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Seth Curry in for Smith. The Spurs also with the sub. Mills is checked in. And he can't hit the second.
He's shaking his head moment there. Had a chance to put them out in front, but at least they're tied up.
Now Barea. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Drops in the tray. Spurs trail by 3. Mills dishes to Gay. Anderson a screen on Barnes. Back to Mills. Fires for 3. The Spurs rebound.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
San Antonio's gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. Now here's Barea. 5 points in the game. Curry kicks to Barnes. Finney-Smith passes to Measury. Laverne with the steal. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. It's deflected. They retain possession. Dallas has gotten all 4 of the 3-point shots to go down since halftime. They're lighting it up here. Yep, that one goes. Barnes has got 18 points.
Well, fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
Now here's Mills. He has 5. Takes the 3. Connects from 3-point range. He's got 8.
For all the strides he's made in other parts of his game, Mills remains at his heart a dead-eye 3-point shooter.
Now the dish to Barea. From deep. Laverne grabs the miss. San Antonio's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. It's deflected. Here's Finney-Smith to the inside. Here's Barnes. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gay's got 3 rebounds now in this one. To the left side wing. Anderson against Barnes. For the lead. It's deflected, and he recovers it. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Manu Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio. Down low, Ginobili with the steal. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in it. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A. An even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. Here's Gay. The Mavericks making the shot. And Anderson kicks to Mills. Shoots over Barea. Shot's good by Mills. Mills has got it all tied up now for the Spurs. Dallas has gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Off the screen. Bank shot, no good.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling, exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
Curry against Ginobili. He kicks to Laverne. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Mills. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And Greg Popovich has led the Spurs to the playoffs in all 20 of the full seasons he's coached the team. But you know what, Brent? He always gives his players the credit.
Well, Pop knows that the players are the ones who deserve all of the accolades. There's no doubt that there's an appreciation for the way that Pop continues to put his team and each member of the team into situations where they collectively can compete every year. And it's not about just competing for the playoffs, Kevin. I'm talking about competing for titles. What a run that Greg Popovich has been on.
Here's Powell after Rudy Gay's bucket. Back to Mejri to the left side wing. Stolen by Anderson for the lead, and it's good on the way in. Anderson's got 4 points this quarter.
Anderson, he excels when he plays in the open court like that and has a chance to make a good decision.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Now here's Barea. He has 5.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Anderson. Averaging about 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
That free throw good from Barea. San Antonio making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. And both free throws good for Barea. There's a minute left to play here in the third. Now here's Mills, guarded by Barea. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Shoots over Powell. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Curry dishes to Powell. And the layup is good. Powell's got his first points in this one.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Mejri with the steal. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. And they pick up 2. And it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
1 second left. Misses there. Harrison Barnes getting it done for Dallas. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
They had a lot of great shots. They haven't dropped. A lot of great shots. Keep moving the ball. It's the key. The ball's got to move. People got to move.
And this is what Greg Popovich wants to see, guys, playing unselfishly and taking good shots.
Yeah, and having a little bit of bad luck offensively, but Coach wants them to stay confident. Just keep running the offense. Trust in who you are.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. On the court right now for the Spurs, Leonard and Gay are the forward pair. Mills and Manu at the guards. And it's Aldridge in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. A nice shot by Barea. Spurs trail by 5. Outside Leonard, pass to Mills. Aldridge with a screen on Barea. Goes up on the high post. And too long on the shot. And here are the Mavericks now. Outside Matthews. Over Leonard. Matthews no good.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Mills in the corner. Shoots over Barea. Mills can't hit. Mavericks leading by 5. Here's Curry. Leonard with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. Leonard's got the ball. Count that one.
And showing a good nose for the ball there. Picks it clean, and he's off to the races.
And a good decision on the move. Too often we see teams have this kind of opportunity and fail to convert.
Outside Matthews. There's a screen. And here is Powell. 6 on the shot clock. And Curry has it in the corner. Fires the 3. Dallas again missing.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make them pay for it.
Now here's Matthews. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
First free throw is good. A different look for Dallas. Nerlens Noel checks in for Mejri. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. San Antonio also making some changes. Gasol comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. And both free throws good for Curry. Spurs trail by 5. Now here's Mills. Good looking screen by Gasol. Aldridge the pass to Leonard. Over Nowitzki. Hit the tip. And it's Noel with the rebound. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. Over Aldridge. Dallas again missing. The Spurs have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Count that one. Mills has got 9 points here in the second half.
And that's where his advantage is. Speed in the open floor. Mills is a Tasmanian devil of sorts on the break.
And Matthews kicks to Noel. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Smith. Tries again. Back to Noel. 3-pointer. Rebound San Antonio. Leonard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Gasol. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 6 assists here tonight.
3 straight baskets in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
Now here's Curry. He dishes it to Noel. Good work defensively by Gasol.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Seth Curry. And San Antonio with the change here too. Parker's checked in for Patty Mills. Now here's Parker. Outside Leonard. Outside Green. He feeds it to Parker. Pass to Gasol. 6 to shoot. Leonard on the wing. Covered by Barnes. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Spurs lead by 1.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
They set the pick. Smith dishes to Barnes. Outside Matthews. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Free throw, good. Matthews. Spurs have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Parker kicks to Aldridge. The feed to Green. Screened by Parker. Back to Aldridge. Spurs working the ball around now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Matthews. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
Yeah, you got to appreciate the mindset of Smith. Solid at running the offense and finding his teammates who are open.
Parker kicks to Green. Here's Gasol. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Smith kicks to Nowitzki. And it's Dallas with another. Spurs trail by 4. Parker outside. Gasol setting the pick for Green. Aldridge a screen. Matthews with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. Smith the pass to Noel. Barnes outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's good from Barnes. Barnes hits them both. Spurs trail by 6. Kicks it to Leonard. Aldridge a screen. Off the pick. And another basket for San Antonio.
I love the patience, the tactical mindset of Leonard. He's so good at picking his spots, especially on the pick and roll.
There's a screen by Noel. And there's the pass to Barnes. Feeds it to Nowitzki. And Gasol sends it back. Leonard with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. Leonard kicks to Parker. Aldridge a screen. Parker with it. A three from Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Now just a 1-point Maverick lead. Now Smith. To the inside. Here's Noel over Gasol, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Paul Gasol. And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky, slender and mobile and long, and Greg, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
And the first one drops. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs him.
That's a shot you got to step up on. Wide open, no coverage. Good shooters don't miss that often.
Barnes with it. Leonard picks him up. Barnes kicks to Smith. Pass to Matthews. Rejected by Gasol.
Got to respect the reach and length of Pau Gasol. Outstanding job of skying up for that rejection.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Aldridge a screen. Back to Parker. Trying his luck deep, but they recover it.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets them another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
Some turnovers necessary. That one, not so much.
Spurs trail by 5. Green, the screen. Parker dishes to Aldridge. To the middle. Here's Gasol, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I'll throw in the obligatory 2-time champion, a remarkable big man, Pau Gasol, who continues to add to his career.
Two shots.
He throw good, Gasol. All free throws good from Gasol. Dallas calls timeout.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Dennis Smith.
And the decision-making tonight has just been outstanding. If the shot hasn't been there for him, he's just kept the ball moving. And that patience is how he's gotten his field goal percentage to almost 60 here tonight.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. He's obviously pretty happy. He said, I know they're not going to take us lightly next time. He knew what the deal was with that underdog role coming into the game.
This is to Barnes. Smith outside to the paint. Leonard with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. San Antonio again missing. Dallas leading by 3. Here's Matthews, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second.
Now, even with 1 miss, he stretched this out to a 2-possession game.
The dish to Leonard. Aldridge a screen. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And the free throw, no good.
Do a deep dive into LaMarcus Aldridge's career numbers. He is just one of the best big men shooting the basketball, especially from the mid-range, with incredible consistency. He can hurt you from all over the floor, but especially from around the 15-foot mark. That is his bread and butter.
Here is Matthews after Pau Gasol's bucket. Matthews passes to Smith. Nowitzki a screen. Smith drives in. Can't cash in from close range. And the mid-range jumper, not usually a recipe for efficiency. Brent, you think the Spurs want Aldridge to take a step back and take more threes?
Well, last season he shot over 40% from the three-point line, and I think that the big guys stepping out to the corner is something that a lot of offenses look to. He didn't take a ton of threes, but when he did, he'd knock them down.
Here is Parker after Wesley Matthews score. Green the screen. Aldridge dishes to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And who do you call when you need a big bucket for this team more and more? It's Kawhi.
Matthews a screen on Green. Smith kicks to Matthews. There's a screen by Noel. And again, Wesley Matthews. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
I give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Green, the screen. Leonard kicks to Gasol. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Gasol's got the game tied up here for San Antonio.
And Gasol is someone you turn to in these situations. Need a big basket, he's ready to go.
Noel sets a screen for Matthews. Another 3 for Dallas.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Now here's Parker. Aldridge a screen. A 3 from Leonard. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Smith outside. Parker against Smith. Pass to Green. Puts up a 3. Buries it. A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
No doubt. Professional move all the way. Puts the team on his back when it matters most.
Now here's Nowitzki. Here's Barnes. Second shot opportunity. A rebound by Gasol.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely. Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
.23 seconds left in the game. Here's Smith. There's a screen by Noel. Nowitzki for three. Can't get the three to fall. San Antonio calls timeout. The score is tied at 108. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's Parker with the three. Misses the tray. Dallas calls timeout. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime.
Here we go.
And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court for San Antonio. The defensive tandem of Green and Leonard outside. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Parker in at the point guard. Matthews. He kicks it to Barnes. Second chance shot. It's stolen by Green. Inside. The shot's good from Gasol. Gasol's got the first basket here in overtime for the Spurs.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The shot's good from Smith.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Gasol, a screen on Barnes. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Dallas. Noel's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
A floater and the rejection by Noel. Smith against Parker. Smith up top. Back to Barnes. Over Parker. Here's Smith. Gasol with the steal. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. The Spurs have gone 1 of 4 from the field in the overtime period so far. Parker passes to Leonard. Green, the screen. Barnes against Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Off the pick. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
And another display right there of Gasol and his touch. Just amazing at hitting some tough shots over pretty stiff defense.
One shot.
Gasol, no good on the free throw. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Matthews. Green with the block.
It's not talked about often enough, but Green averages more blocks per game than almost all other backcourt players.
Outside Gasol. And it's Aldridge, top of the key. Gasol a screen. Leonard dishes to Parker. Shot clock at 6. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Good D by Barnes. The Mavericks shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. It's overtime basketball, folks, if you're just tuning in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And the shot is good from Nowitzki.
And you just can't draw that up any better. It's a pivotal moment in the game, and they go with the size mismatch for the layup.
Now here's Green. Gasol setting the pick for Green. From 11 feet away, San Antonio again missing. The Mavericks have gone ice cold here in overtime. They've only knocked down 2 of their 8 shots. Barnes kicks to Smith. They now take the lead. Smith's got 20 points.
And I tell you what, Smith takes over on those important possessions, always calm and confident with the ball, and this guy embraces the big moments.
Right wing. Green, the pass to Gasol. Second shot opportunity. Lets it go from 14. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist by Gasol.
Exceptional shot-making ability there, especially considering the stakes. Aldridge stepping up.
Smith kicks to Matthews. Noel, a screen on Parker. Matthews goes in. An easy layup after coming off the pick. 21 points in the game.
Well, some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Now here's Parker from deep. Green. Offensive rebound. Aldridge. Gasol dishes to Parker. Here's the screen. Aldridge's screen. Parker kicks to Leonard. Gasol setting the pick for Leonard. Goes back up. Connects! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
Barnes outside. It's money from deep. And that bucket ignites the crowd.
And the emotions of these fans right now boiling over after that shot.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 40 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Here's Parker. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Wesley Matthews picks one up.
And Parker, terrific at drawing the foul there. He's as good as anybody at initiating the contact.
Shooting 2.
The first one, and that brings them within 2 here.
Yeah, and Parker just puts so much pressure on your defense with his speed, and he's made a living out of doing that.
And Parker drops them both. And here's Smith. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Leonard with the ball. Now Smith defending, expanding his range, and that's good. Tony Parker for 3.
And the shot from Parker there is just so clutch. What an unbelievable basket from him. He just gets it done on a regular basis.
Now here is Smith. Nowitzki a screen. Barnes passes to Nowitzki. Off wide. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Dallas calls timeout. They trail by 3. 7 seconds left in the first overtime. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, it really depends on what's available, so we'll see how the defense lines up here.
Barnes missed.
Making the suffocating defensive play right there. Leonard, an overwhelming force on that end of the floor.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.